Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to answer software testing interview question 252. That is, beta testing will be performed in which phase of the software? Let me answer. So, the simple and straightforward answer for this question is beta testing for software will be performed in two phases, not one phase. That is beta phase and RC phase. Okay. So software goes through a lot of phases, right? While during development or while during or getting released into the market, software has to go through several phases. The different phases the software will go through are pre-alpha phase, which is the first phase, followed by alpha phase, then beta phase, which is the third phase, then release candidate phase, RC phase, which is the fourth phase, and final phase is a stable phase. Okay, these are the different phases of the software, and software will go through. But on all these phases, but in all these phases, in which phases beta testing will be performed? So as I already mentioned, beta testing will be performed in beta phase. Not only in beta phase, beta testing will also performed in the release candidate phase, RC phase. Okay, in both these phases, beta testing will be performed. Let me explain in detail. In pre-alpha phase, no testing will be performed, guys. Okay, the development will start. Okay, where the developers will start developing the software with the help of the requirements. Okay, the BRS document or whatever the documents they have. Here, no testing and no release will happen. And coming to the next phase, that is alpha phase, here is a phase where testing will start, but without beta testing. Okay, in this phase, beta testing will not be performed. Except beta testing, every testing will be performed. All the different levels of software testing will be performed except beta testing in alpha phase. So this is the second phase of the software where formal testing will start, where the developers will start testing, testers will start testing. Okay, user acceptance testing will also be performed, but except beta testing. So developers will first perform unit testing followed by integration, whereas testers will perform system testing where they will test the entire system is developed according to the requirements as a whole. Okay, then the last level of the testing, the user acceptance testing, will also be performed by the, okay, user acceptance testing will also be performed in this alpha phase, but only one part of the user acceptance testing, that is alpha testing, will be performed, where beta testing won't be performed. Okay, beta testing will be performed in the next phases. So as part of alpha testing, the client side business people who knows the business well and who generally interact with the end users and customers, who generally know the needs and expectations of the users, okay, will perform the testing and will come up with a checklist of the needs and expectations of the users that developers have to modify the software accordingly, and testers will also support in this phase. But beta testing is not performed. Okay, so here all uh, the software, all the features of the software according to the client given requirements, or this client side business people given needs and expectations of the user need to be completed. Okay, then only alpha phase will be completed. Here also the software won't be released. Okay, software won't be released here also, guys. Next one is beta phase. Okay, in beta phase, which is a third phase of the software, for the first time the software will be released into the market. But here there is a twist. Okay, software will be released into the market to the end users and customers with a twist. That is, this is not for real use of the software. The software will be released to the end users and customers only for testing purpose in this phase, and for collecting the feedback. Company behind the software want to collect the feedback. With that reason only, it is releasing the software into the market, guys. Okay, which is called as beta testing. And the company may go for beta testing by releasing the software into the market to the real end users or customers for testing purpose and collecting the feedback in two models or two ways of releases. Okay, they might either go and decide with open beta release, where they will completely release the software to the complete public, to the entire public. They will beta release the software for beta testing. Okay, so whereas closed beta, only for limited group of end users or customers, they will release the software for testing and for collecting the feedback. Okay, this is the beta phase. Once the feedback is collected as part of beta testing done by the end users and customers in the beta phase, okay, again the developers and testers have to work together and come up with a more stable application which actually matches the needs and expectations of the users based on the feedback received from the end users in the beta phase. And in the release candidate phase, RC phase, okay, which is the fourth phase, again they will release the software, guys. Again the software, which is kind of more better this time, which has more benefits to the end users needs and expectations, which has given the importance to the end user needs and expectations, will be released to the same end users and customers. This time also it's not a real release, it is also a tricky thing for testing purpose and for collecting the feedback for the second time. Okay, still the company don't have the confidence to release the final version of the software into the market in this RC phase also. Here also beta testing will be performed similar to the beta phase. In beta phase, beta testing will be performed by end users and customers for testing purpose and providing the feedback. In release candidate phase also, the software will be released into the market for testing purpose by the end users and customers for collecting the feedback only. Okay, again the same type of releases, open beta release and closed beta release will happen here also based on the company's decision. And but there are different names for this release candidate phase releases. Okay, okay, so we generally call these releases as RC release. Sometimes some companies may name it as RC release, some companies may call it as silver release, some companies may call it as gamma release, some companies may call it as delta release. Whatever the reason may be, the question here is in which phase of the software beta testing will be performed. Okay, in both the phases, guys, that is in beta phase and release candidate phase, beta testing will be performed. That's the answer. So that's all for this session. In the next session, I'm going to answer another software testing interview question for you. Till then, see you. Bye bye.